Hello Virgo, welcome to your weekly tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is for the week of February 5th through 11th. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now this is a general reading, so I ask you to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. I think it's important for you to connect directly with each of these cards. Use your own intuition to take you beyond what I'm telling you, okay? It's also very important to remember that the most crucial part of any tarot reading, well, is you. Here we have a Princess of Wands. Okay, let's put that into some context. Let me check the overhead camera. All right, so we're going to do our Dove and Serpent spread. And yes, I did say overhead camera. We're experimenting with that a little bit today. Hopefully it is all working out. We're going to do our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. We're going to put that right there. And we're not going to look at it until the very end of the reading, so stick around until the very end. And we'll see how that ties everything together. So we've got some water, some court cards, major, some water, some major, some air, some major, some fire. A lot of good cards here. We don't really have a lot of earth. I think the earth that we have is in the past, okay? So curious about that. Let's get into it. First off, we see this Princess of Wands. Now, I don't think this is another person in your life. I think this represents you. And I know you're Virgo. I know you're an earth sign, okay? I know that. But I think you have a little bit of a dramatic side to you. I think that sometimes you like to argue just for the sake of arguing. I think that you're someone who has very strong opinions about things. And you're not afraid to let people know what those opinions are. Okay? I think that you have a little bit of a wild side to you, I guess. It feels like when you get really excited about something and really enthusiastic, you get really fired up and really charged up about something, you may not really be able to control yourself so much. You just get so excited about things that you just rush forward with this fiery energy. And you want to just do it. You get an idea, something inspires you, you've got to do it right now. You got to do it right now. Middle of the night, middle of the freeway, doesn't matter. You're going to you got that idea, you're going to go with it. Okay? And that's really wonderful energy. There's no hesitation with you. You get inspired and you act on it. You know? I feel like sometimes this could maybe put you at odds with some people around you. Maybe it's not always the most convenient time for you to act on your inspiration, at least as far as other people are concerned. Maybe they've got other things going on and it's just, abruptly you shift gears, So I think that you have that side to you, but being a Virgo, I think you're a very practical person too. I think the other side of this Princess of Wands is someone who can really stay on task, really focus on the practical side of things, the routine, the rhythm of it all. And it's such a nice balance between that kind of earth and this kind of fire. It's a tremendous balance. It's like you can really take this inspiration, this fire, this spiritual experience that you have, and you can manifest it. And you know how to make it work for you. You know how to incorporate things like that into your life. You know how to really utilize something like that. And that's admirable. That truly is. To be able to have that inspiration, that intense spiritual fire, and actually incorporate it into your life, actually do something with it, and create something, whether it's an altar, whether it's a new activity, whether it's just some kind of creative project, whether it's just you expressing it through dance and movement and, exercise or something. I don't know. There's so many ways to manifest that, but it's something where you just kind of instantly, it flows through you. It really flows through you, and I love that quality about Virgo, at least this week. I think this is really a big focus for you. I think you're going to be intensely inspired this week. I really do. And I wonder how that is going to manifest, because we've got this Fool energy that's crossing your path this week. Okay, so this is really an infinite variety. This is, you know, to have the Princess of Wands and the Fool. This might be a little bit of trouble for the people around you. Okay, because both of these figures, both of these energies here, don't have a whole lot of discernment right now. They don't have a whole lot of, not that they don't have direction, but they don't really care about the consequences of their direction. They don't care really about who is on the sidelines. They don't care about what kind of trouble they get into. You know, these two cards together, it's like double trouble. So I think you've got the inspiration this week, and you do have this tendency to act on your inspiration. And how that's going to be manifesting, I think, is really the variable this week. This Fool card is an unknown factor. This is, well, we don't know. Okay, but there's a couple ways that it can go. It can go in a direction that is really just kind of upsetting the balance, the flow, the harmony. Kind of a foolish way to go, right? That's just not very smart, not very practical. Gonna just cause trouble and, you know, gonna be a little bit inconsiderate. The Fool can be inconsiderate, you know, not intentionally. There's no malice in the Fool. Just through its kind of innocent actions, through its acting on inspiration, might be looked at as a little bit inconsiderate from the outside. Okay. The other way that this could go is the Fool really using this inspiration and taking this inspiration in a direction that is going to be just so productive and so inclusive and so just kind of good for everyone involved in your life. You know? And not to say that you can only, you know, act on your inspiration if it includes other people. You're not doing this for other people. You know what I mean? It's your inspiration. It's your expression. But I think there are people around you that love you, that care about you, that are involved in your life. And I think that there is a way to use this inspiration to inspire everyone around you, you know, and manifest this thing together in some ways. Okay. Let's see how this plays out. Let's see. Gosh, two of these water cards. These are really great water cards. We'll go down here beneath the surface. This is the Ace of Cups. I think you're definitely someone that is all or nothing when it comes to love, to meaning, to purpose, to connection. Okay, and this influences your Princess of Wands, right? You're acting on your inspiration. I keep wanting to say acting on impulse, but it's not impulse, it's inspiration. It's deeper than just an impulse, you know? You're quite all or nothing. It's either it's all 100% love and devotion, or it's F you, get out of here. You know, it's the exact opposite. So there's no black or white with you. There's no ambiguity. It's just commitment, devotion, love, connection, harmony, meaning, purpose, or it's nothing. Okay. And you know, I think that this is somewhat of a guiding principle in your life. If you don't feel this absolute love and commitment to someone or something, then you move on. Then you shift gears. You don't linger on something that doesn't have this kind of intensity for you. This is also that inspiration that we're talking about. If you get this intense love and this something that really activates your emotions to this degree, you act on it immediately. And that's because it's so intense that there's no ambiguity. There's no doubt about it, because it's either 150% or it's zero. So if you feel it, you're going to feel it 110% or 150 or whatever I said. And then you can act on it because you trust it. So this is a lot of trusting yourself, trusting that inspiration that you have. And if that's not there, however, if this is absent, then there's trouble. Okay. that's when I think that this Princess of Wands goes from being someone who is acting on their inspiration and is manifesting their spirit to someone who is like more dramatic, setting little fires everywhere, just being a little bit aggressive, a little bit argumentative, bickering, just kind of looking for a way to express just these little spits of fire, you know? So I think it can manifest as either or, really, for you. But let's not dwell too long there. I think this week you're really inspired. Something's really inspiring you this week. Because I think you feel this 150% or 110 or whatever it is, but it's full on inspiration for you. And then in the recent past, let's just get this card out of the way. There is this Earth sign in the recent past, okay? This Prince of Pentacles. Could this be another person? Yeah, it could. It could be another person. I don't know that other people are really a big concern for you right now. So I don't know that this is another person, or if this is a mode of yourself that you're leaving. If this is a way for you to be and behave, and this is kind of your life, your energy that you're leaving behind this week. Okay? So this is almost someone who is just committed to the practical side of things. Someone who is more just domestic, hardworking, mundane, routine. This is your old self, and this, I think, is the self that doesn't have the inspiration. Maybe this is the way that you've been living before now, right? Where you're getting the inspiration and you're acting on inspiration and you're allowing yourself to be this person again, okay? Because I think you were or have been for a period of time in your life this person, just not thinking about the spiritual side of things, the inspiration, you know, everything else that we've been talking about. I think there's a period in your life where you were cut off from that, where you maybe just either didn't allow it into your life, or there wasn't room for it, or you felt like there was just too much to do in a practical, domestic, physical, pragmatic work kind of sense, a physical realm, mundane, routine sense. That there wasn't time or wasn't room for this spiritual activity, for this inspiration, this connectedness, this manifesting, this feeling, these, you know, everything that we're talking about. But I feel like you're kind of shedding this person now. I think you're learning that you can't exist just like the Prince of Pentacles, just being all routine, nothing deeper, nothing higher, nothing more meaningful. This is just the routine, the mundane aspect of life. I don't think you can live that way anymore, cutting that person off. And I think that you're accepting who you are, which is this Princess of Wands, with this Fool energy, with this intense Ace of Cups inspiring you. And we also have a Two of Cups. So not only is it inspiring you, but I think that you have the capacity to inspire other people. And this is why I started to say that, look, maybe it's an opportunity for you to inspire other people around you and incorporate them, include them into whatever this is that you've got going on this week, whatever this feeling is. And I don't know that it's one particular activity or event or you know, any specific circumstance in your life, but I think it's this feeling that you're now allowing yourself to be this person again, because we're cutting off from this Prince of Pentacles, okay? Or we're adding to the Prince of Pentacles. Maybe we're not quite cutting that Prince of Pentacles off, but we're realizing that we are so much more than just that kind of like automaton, you know? So you really have the ability to share in your inspiration. I think that you have an intense desire to share your love and your inspiration, the things that are meaningful to you, with other people. Okay, with your person, your people. We see a few court cards in the mix today. So I know I began by saying that other people aren't really your concern. That's true. That's in the context of you feeling your inspiration and acting on your inspiration. You're not really concerned about how other people see that or how they're affected by that. At the same time, you do want to share in that inspiration. You want other people to just be infected by it and to feel it too. Maybe sometimes you wonder why they don't, or you wonder if they're too much in this Prince of Pentacles mode, that they've cut themselves off from this feeling of inspiration, of love, connection, meaning, purpose. But you want to share that with other people. You want to share in that experience with your person, or whoever's closest to you, with your friends or family or your romantic partner, whoever it might be. Even at work, if this is kind of how if this is all playing out in the workplace or in your career or something, that makes sense too. You know. Two of Cups here. That's what we're looking for. That's kind of what we're aspiring to. And I've got to also point out, I think, Virgo, we've had a lot of Cancer sign people in your life, in your readings lately. And this card rules Venus in Cancer. So I wonder if your significant other isn't that Cancer person that we've been talking about. Because it seems like there's always some indication of Cancer in your readings for the past few weeks. So maybe that's who you really want to share in this inspiration with. Maybe this is the week to do that. Moving into the future, we do see the High Priestess. I think there's going to be definitely an opportunity coming in the next few days for you to share in this opportunity, or share in this inspiration with your person. I think there's going to be an increase in maybe time and space for you to manifest this inspiration, for the two of you to really act on this inspiration. I feel like there's going to be some kind of an indication, like a sign or a synchronicity. It could be through these kinds of tarot readings. I think that you probably read the cards yourself, or you do some form of psychic work, of divination. And I think it's through that you're going to get a lot of these confirmations, a lot of these messages that are going to be coming to you, that are giving you the direction, giving you kind of just the confirmation and the reaffirming a lot of what you already know, that you have to connect with this part of yourself, because you can't live as just this Prince of Pentacles. You can't live cut off from the rest of your being, So I see a real increase in understanding, in communication, in just light and love and union and bond, and a more spiritual psychic connection with yourself, with the universe, with your significant other, with your coworkers, whoever and wherever this is taking place. I feel a strong connection. Strong connections are coming. And very distinct messages. Very distinct signs, synchronicities, messages, symbols. Let's move over to the path of the Serpent now, because we see some more fire energies, fire and air over here. Okay, a lot of fire, a lot of air. First is your general energy, and this is a Knight of Wands. This is really kind of showing the complete evolution of this Princess of Wands, okay? And this is someone who, again, gets the inspiration and just acts on it immediately, kind of without much concern for who's around or what they think or how it's going to affect them, really, right? And this is the Knight. This is the kind of more grown-up version of that energy. This is someone that has that tremendous inspiration and that tremendous ability to act on their inspiration. But this is someone who understands the wider implications of their actions, of this inspiration, and is just a little bit older and a little bit wiser with it now, and can see how it affects other people, and can understand that when everyone else is included, it becomes so much more meaningful, and it's able to last so much longer. Right. With the Princess, it feels like a short energy, like it's just a frenzy and then it's done. But with the Knight here, it's more sustained. There's a lot of longevity here. And I think that by understanding the deeper implications of what we do, how we do it, where we do it, why we do it. It creates that time and that space to really extend this out and for it to permeate every aspect of our life. You know, it's not just that you feel the inspiration, you have to act on it right now, and everything else gets pushed aside, everyone else gets pushed aside. This is way more inclusive. This is something that's figured out how to really go the distance, really last a long time. So it's this kind of inspiration that's not just a moment and then it's gone. This is the inspiration that is kind of always with you. That's built in now to everything that you do. And that to me seems pretty magical. Pretty magical indeed. The next card that we have, weird, is the Eon card, Judgment, Rebirth, Reawakening, Baptism by Fire. Really strong fire energy here. And I think we've primarily been talking about the fire energy. I think that's kind of been the central component of the reading today is the fire. I feel like in your environment, you're kind of going through the fire too, like in a figurative way. I think your environment is really changing now. The circumstances in which you find yourself living are changing. Could be that you are leveling up in your career, leveling up in your personal life, your spiritual life. I think it's a very trying period of your life right now. It's probably a lot of difficulties going on with you right now. But these are all difficulties that are leading towards something completely new, a new level, new era, new phase of your life. Really a complete leveling up in every aspect. Okay? And it could be this leveling up is what's fueling a lot of this inspiration for you right now. And it could be that all of this inspiration that you feel is really fueling your leveling up, right? So I feel like there's a lot of turmoil, a lot of difficulty, conflict, probably some really rough days, but they're leading somewhere. They're leading you through this doorway. It could be that you're walking pretty slowly through the doorway, so it feels like an eternity of these difficulties, of these challenges, of this fire all around you. But you sustain yourself with this inspiration and these activities and this connection that you have, all this wonderful stuff that we see on the path of the dove, to get us through this doorway, right? It could be a long kind of passageway, really, right? But it's something so tremendous on the other side of it. It's worth all of the effort, okay? And I don't know what's going on in your life that this is such an important factor, but things are changing, and you are working your way down that corridor to that just tremendous new level, new era of your life. The next card that we see is another court card. This is an air sign person. Who in your life is the air sign person? Because this is the person that you're really worried about. I don't know if this is someone who is, maybe it's someone who is, I feel there's a distance between you and them. Maybe a physical distance, maybe a distance in space. Maybe they have left your life and traveled and moved somewhere quite a ways away from you. It could be that they're distant in a way that's more like, how do I say this delicately, that their health might be declining a little bit, or that in some way it's creating this distance from you. And it could be that it feels like they're getting further and further away. I don't know who that air sign person is. But I feel like you still talk to them relatively recently, but every time you do, it feels like they're kind of just getting further and further away. It could be that they literally moved far away. But it could be more metaphorical than that, that they seem to be kind of drifting further away, and it feels kind of health related to me, primarily because of this Six of Swords that we see next. And this is sometimes talking about medical and health stuff, okay? I feel like there is going to be a resolution to this issue. I feel like there maybe is something going on, and they will get to the bottom of this. The healthcare professionals. I'm not a medical professional by any means. This isn't any kind of medical advice. Seek out professional care for you, for your loved ones. But I feel like there's something going on with that air person that they're going to get to the bottom of. Things are going to be okay. They're going to be able to, to treat them, to stabilize things. There's going to be a pleasant, healthy resolution to it. Okay. So, could be a medication issue, something like that. With the Six of Swords, something there is needs the attention of the professionals, right? So, encourage this air sign person to seek out professional medical care. All right. This is not a scare tactic. I'm not trying to worry you or concern you. I think it's something that, again, it could be that they've just physically moved away, right? Because the Six of Swords is also talking about long-distance travel. So it could be this person literally just moved far away, and that's kind of been a problem for you. But if this is something that's health or wellness related, I think it's going to resolve and they're going to be back to their usual self. But it's something I feel like you're concerned about on a kind of a deeper level, a more unconscious level. It didn't jump right out at the beginning of the reading. There were no real indications of that. But then we're ending with this idea that in addition to all these other things going on in your life, you also have to worry about, your loved ones either being really far away in spirit or physically far away. Okay. And this is talking about the communication. Communicate with them, make sure they're communicating with healthcare professionals, But this is saying that there is going to be a harmony restored here. Things are going to be okay with this person. So I don't know how they've been factoring into all of this, but again, sometimes I don't always know how to associate each of these cards to your particular circumstances. So I offer just a couple of possibilities for some of this energy, and it's up to you to see how it connects with your life, okay? Let's go to this mystery card now really quick. I know time's moving on here. This card is some more fire energy. This is the Queen of Wands. Now, this really is the inspired energy. This is you. Now, we've almost run the entire gamut of the court cards in the suit of wands, This is a real compassionate, understanding type of fire energy. So this is the fire energy that is going to be taking care of other people, that is going to be using their inspiration, using their force, their fire, their spiritual light and love to really include other people, bring other people up, nurture other people. There's a real compassionate energy to you that's coming. I think that this is going to manifest maybe with this Cancer person, maybe with this air sign person that feels very far away right now. It could be that you really do catch a fire and catch some inspiration to strengthen your bond with these people that are very close to you, that mean a lot to you, So this is really showing, we have all of these court cards showing just a tremendous flow of this fire energy. It really is like you're taking what started out as the Princess of Wands, which is this kind of frenzy or this kind of almost a compulsive acting on your impulse or inspiration. That's kind of inconsiderate. And we have this Fool energy too, which we didn't talk much about the Fool because I think the Fool is the variable. The Fool is saying, look, we don't know where this inspiration is coming from, how it's going to manifest, what its nature is. It's all about how you use it. And I think that you're learning to use it beginning with just this frenzy. It's just a flash and it's done. You're learning how to incorporate your loved ones, how to make it an expression of your love and compassion, and you're learning how to extend it into the future. You're learning how to really keep it, So it's an evolution of this force and fire that you have, and this is really amazing. We're going to take a look at this in the extended reading. If you want to stick around, click on the link that's right up here. And you can have access to all of the extended readings for all signs. This was your weekly tarot reading for February 5th through 11th on Dove and Serpent Tarot.